Plain talk on Colorado's budget. Colorado, born in 1876. Back then, things were simpler. We needed a road. We came together and built it. We needed a school. We came together and built it. We needed a hooskow. We came together and built it. Over time, we came together and built a darn good state. Good people, dreaming big, planning ahead, building something for all of us. Now it's Colorado, modern day. Things have gotten a bit thorny. We need a road. There's roadblocks all over the place. We need a school. It's no longer as easy as ABC. We need a hooskow. We're handcuffed there too.
Yahoo!
Over time, we've created a darn big problem. Basically, the money we take in to make these things work ain't keeping up. Seems we've gone and tied ourselves up in a big old knot. Just look at Colorado's budget. Here's how it works. Money comes in from you, me, all of us. It goes into a pot. Actually, it goes into a couple of pots. First, there's this pot called the general fund. It's filled up with money from sales tax and income tax. There's another pot called cash funds. That's things like park fees, gas taxes, and tuition for college. The money in this pot's got to be used for things people ponied up for. And then there's them federal funds. This money comes hitched to a couple of specific things like roads and health care. Yep. So now, back to that general fund. That's our main pot. It pays for the necessities. Schools, libraries, community colleges, courts, and hooskows. It even helps out folks down on their luck. Now here's where things get thorny. Over the past 10 years, that general fund has pretty much stayed the same. But Colorado hasn't. Colorado has more folks. That means more cars on the road. It means more folks in need of a helping hand. It means more kids in school, more folks in college, and more outlaws in the hooskow. And these days, general fund is hurting. See, back when times were good, we cut those two things that filled up general fund's pot, income taxes and sales taxes. Used to be we all gave about 5 cents of every dollar to general fund. These days, we only give general fund about 3.5 cents. Heck, that means we pitch in less than folks in just about every other state. And lately, general fund's been stuck in quicksand, thanks to a bunch of constitutional amendments we've saddled him with. They've left him hogtied and stuck but good. Y'all still with me now? Good, 'cause this part's important. Now, back in the day, local folks used to pay for most of their kids' schooling. Then we went and made it so general fund has to pay for most of that schooling. Not too long ago, general fund used to have enough money to help young whippersnappers go to college. These days, those young whippersnappers and their maws and paws have to fork over more money for all that knowledge. And there was a time when that general fund made sure poor folks and old folks had the health care they needed. These days, that health care costs a good bit more. And today, there's a bunch more folks needing our help than they was a few years back. See, what we're asking general fund to do costs a whole lot more these days, but we're giving him a whole lot less to do it with. And remember, there's no credit card in general fund's pocket. He's got to pay cash. No debts allowed. And then general fund went and got himself smacked upside the head by 2 big, bad recessions. All this means Colorado's general fund's get up and go has got up and went. So now, even after the economy stops smacking general fund around, there won't be enough money left in his pot to cover those things we use here in Colorado every day. Well, we're at a crossroads here in Colorado. Unless we make some big changes, general fund's going to sink even deeper into that quicksand. So how do we save general fund? Because Colorado sure needs him. In Colorado, it's up to all of us. Because in Colorado, the voters decide. But we've got to make up our minds to do what needs to be done to save general fund. Shoot, we're really talking about saving the future of Colorado. Let's look at our options. We can do nothing. We'll just watch as general fund sinks all the way down into that quicksand. Nah, that ain't gonna work. How about this option? We ask general fund to do a whole lot less. Maybe he doesn't help local folks fund schools. Maybe he doesn't help young whippersnappers get to college. Maybe he doesn't help cover health care for old folks or poor folks. Heck, he might even have to let those outlaws out of the hoosgow. Or, here's another option to consider. We get creative and find a way to get more money into general fund's pot. That way, he can do the things Coloradans expect him to do. It's up to us to figure out the best path. How do we decide? Well, we talk about it. A little good old-fashioned conversation. That's a good place to start. Shootouts at high noon aren't going to get us anywhere. This problem's too big for spitting and fighting. In 1876, folks came together to build a darn good state. Today, we need to come together, just like the good old days, use some common sense, and figure our way forward. Want to learn more? Yep. Check out bellpolicy.org. Y'all come back now. You hear?